Welcome to Liberty, a 2001 Compass 57-foot Pilothouse motor yacht. This is a vessel, and you've seen videos we've done on these in the past. This is a vessel that was conceived by Bill and Michelle King, who own Compass Point Yachts. It's a great boat, 57 feet, 16-foot beam, 3 staterooms. It has a midship owner suite, has a beautiful VIP suite, and it has a guest stateroom with stacked beds in it. 2 heads, stall showers. I can't wait for you to see the interior. The cherry wood interior of this boat is phenomenal. Grand Harbor is the builder in Taiwan on this vessel. And the way they did the woodwork, they actually have separate panels. They're all trimmed. So no challenges with expansion, contraction. Doesn't matter if you live in Florida, the Northeast here. The woodwork just stays beautiful. So as always, a few specs on these vessels. This is actually, and you can't read it from there, but this is a copy of a Sea Magazine article done in 2001 on this vessel. So when these were new in 2001, this was $849,000. Today, it's $449,000. It's an exceptional value for the quality build that you get in the vessel. So we'll read these specs in just a minute, but first things, bow stern thruster, powered by twin 3126 cats, with only 2,100 hours. Really low hours for a boat that's a 2001 model. She carries 600 gallons of fuel in 2 tanks. Let me just read the specs here. It's 300 gallons of water, and it has a 60-gallon holding tank, which of course goes in the holding tank or can be pumped overboard if you're in a legal area. The boat's equipped with upgraded Raymarine electronics, so it has chart plotter, radar, AIS, GPS, all the things you expect to have. It's really a great boat. So since we're out here on the foredeck, let's start the tour from here. So you can see it has a nice bow pulpit, nice welded stainless steel rail, very strong, fiberglass bow pulpit with a stainless trim around it, so it's very strong. You have a stainless steel Airtex anchor. You have a 2,200-pound Maxwell vertical windlass. You have foot switches here to run the windlass up and down. And you have switches at both helm stations, which makes it really nice. So you can deploy the anchor from either station if you're running the boat by yourself. One of the things I like that they did for extra safety is they put the stainless steel coated line along here so you don't have a tendency to slip, right, if you're walking around like a guy with his socks on. The other thing that's really nice is when you have the stainless steel cleats, you've got these stainless rub strakes. And what's nice about that is your line, as it's chafing, isn't chafing the gel coat, it's rubbing on the stainless steel. So you don't have to worry about if you accidentally have your lines too tight and it's really chafing, it's not going to rub the gel coat through. And you'll see that on other vessels that don't have those chafing plates. So just another great feature. Access to your anchor locker. We have a hatch here, your deck washdown, everything's located in this section. You have 3 stainless steel manship hatches. This is over the VIP, stateroom, and head. So it's really nice. You can get good airflow in all 3. They all have screens, of course. Then you can see the pilot house. You have 3 windshield wipers. One of the things that's nice about the wipers is they're a double arm. You might not think much about it, but you know, you see in your car, wipers have a tendency to go like this. With the double arm wipers, as it's sweeping, they basically stay vertical. And when you're in big water, you have a lot of rain, it's nice because it sweeps basically the whole windshield across. So just another little feature. Non-skid decking, and I wish, again, you can't see it, the gel coat on this boat is absolutely beautiful. It's been covered moorish. I don't know if it's been 20 years in fresh water, but this boat has no rust on the exterior. All the stainless is beautiful. So that's really the foredeck of the vessel. And the introduction, this might be longer, but welcome to Liberty, a 2001 57-foot Compass motor yacht. From here, we're just going to go ahead and take a walk down the side decks, and we're going to head back to the cockpit. I'll show you these great Pilothouse doors along the way. So come with me. You'll see the decks are wide. I don't have to turn sideways to motor along. At each Pilothouse door, you have an opening gate. So if you're tied up to another boat or tall docks, and then you have these doors that slide. I mean, look how nice these slide. And the doors are right across from one another, so you can just walk in and walk through the other side. So this makes it really easy when you're docking the boat. If you're docking from here, the captain can come out, stick his head out, sight line down the side of the vessel. And so again, heading aft, you can see there's some great features. So the rail's almost waist high, so you have really good support. Then as you get back past the door, you have a stainless steel grab rail that runs the whole deck out. So if you're concerned about being safe, you can hold on to both of these the whole way. And then once I reach this point, and I'm going to go down, I have a rail here, then I have a vertical rail here mounted. So again, safety. Nice steps, they're about 7-inch, or nice egress steps. And you come into this wonderful aft deck. So you can see right now this large swim platform. So you could actually carry a jet ski or something here, and you could use the davit to launch and retrieve it. But this is nice. A lot of the boats, when you look at these 55, 60-foot boats, they have this kind of Euro round transom. The swim platform section behind that is compromised down to about a foot. When you start getting on boats, start taking a look at those features. This is a great feature on this vessel. And again, very safe. Around this nice large settee, look at the handrail that goes all the way around. So if I'm getting on and off the boat from either one of these transom doors, first I have a handrail here. And if I want to walk to the other side, this back of the settee has a handrail, all welded stainless steel. I have my shower, have shore power hookups. Again, teak decking, which is in great shape. This boat's been in covered moorage, like I've said 3 times already. And you have the stainless steel staples, which is nice when you tie your tender behind you, help you get on and off the vessel. So you can see the cleats. We have Haas cleats that go through here on the sides, which is nice. And again, this is a nice deep space. So back here, you have a few features as well. You have this nice wide settee, you know, nice for afternoon. So I've always said that boats are like going to a play and there's little vignettes. So you have the foredeck, you have the aft deck, you have the Flybridge deck, you have the Salon, you have the Pilothouse, you have the stateroom. So you have guests on board and you need some private time. There's plenty of places on this boat to find that peace and quiet you're looking for. And that's one of the reasons why you buy a boat, is for rest and relaxation. So get off my duff and continue. So it's nice, you have dual access to the Flybridge. So you have the stainless steel and teak, nice angled ladder. So you're not going up, you're going at an angle. So this makes nice egress going up and down, and a great handrail system on this. I'm going to point this out because one of the things on the Compass for getting around the boat and making it easy, whether you're 15 or 85, is the smartly placed handrails. I really, when you come to look at the boat, really pay attention to that if you're a safety-minded individual. So dual transom doors. And then this is, you have 2 ways to get to your Lazarette and engine room. Have a large hatch here that can go down into your Lazarette, which also take the engine room. And then we have a large hatch here. This door opens and there's a ladder taking you down to the Lazarette, and there's a door in the engine room. And we'll get to those once we get back to the dock, where we can shut the engines down and give you a really good tour of this space. So that's the space. The next place that we're going to meet is going to be up on the Flybridge. Again, we really hope you enjoy the video of this beautiful Compass 57-foot Pilothouse. Welcome to the Flybridge deck of the Compass 57 Pilothouse. Again, great space, really well thought out. Now, in 57 feet, they managed to put a lot of equipment up here. One thing I want to start with, down to my right, and Jeff, if you pan, there's great stainless steel and tempered glass hatch slides, and you have a, which you pointed out in the aft deck, you have the stainless steel ladder, and it's at a nice angle with the teak stair tread. So it makes it nice getting here, and we'll show you when we shoot the forward section. There's a nice stainless steel and tempered glass door that slides out of the way. You have nice stairs into the Pilothouse as well. So looking aft, you have this fantastic 13-foot AB hard bottom inflatable 4-cycle Honda outboard. This was put on the boat just a couple of years ago when the current owners purchased the boat. I actually sold them this because it was mine, so I know it was a good tender, and it is in like new condition. And then you have 1,000-pound davit, which makes it nice. It's a nautical structure, fixed arm. And I mentioned this earlier, you lift this up, swing the dinghy over, And you could also use, I believe, if you had a jet ski, something small and swim platform, it'll reach just far enough for that. You can't launch the tender because it's too big, but I believe you could do a smaller, narrow jet ski. So those are really nice. Nice chalk system. You can already see there's non-skid decking. It's one of the things I like about the boat. There's teak decks where they're covered, and it's non-skid everywhere else. So it really makes a difference on the maintenance of the boat. So you have a fiberglass radar arch, and on top of that, it has a stainless steel little arch, which houses the Ray Marine, again, updated. It is the HD digital. It has a Starlink. It has a GPS, all the instrument, the AIS, the GPS, all located up here on the arch. Of course, your VHF antennas. And then you come down here where we're at, we have this beautiful aft-facing L settee. Again, nice. If you want to dine al fresco style, you can be on the aft deck or you can be up here. This is a beautiful place. Nice thing about being up here is you have your beverage barbecue center right across from it. One of the things, and I'm going to stand up and go around the table to show you that this is really easy to navigate. They didn't make it so tight that you couldn't just stand up and get out. Seems like a small thing until, if you've been a boat owner, you know what a pain in the cheeks it is to have to keep moving everything around to get in and out. Yet when you're sitting here having dinner, you're right here. So it's great, great design. I love the fact that it's a fiberglass table. I don't have to worry about the maintenance of it. You can see like the teak chairs. Great chairs. This is what teak does. It turns gray. And if you had a teak table, you'd either keep varnishing it so it looks like beautiful, bright, varnished teak, or you'd have it like this. So this is really a nice feature. And then your barbecue center, nice. Propane cooktop, backsplash, splatter shield. Then you have storage underneath. You have hot, cold water. And then it's going to open the other direction. But this is a U-line refrigerator with ice maker. So it's nice. You have a nice beverage center, cook your meals, can prepare up here with your guests. And then the few steps it takes to get down to the pilot house, you could be bringing food up and down that way too, or hand it to your cruising partner. But this, what I like also about this is that it just folds away. Nothing, when you looked in here, nothing's corroded. It's all really nice and clean. This really protects it all. And remember when we walk around the main deck, I was talking about safety. They put safety rails all the way around here. So you think, you can hang towels, but the whole idea of this is when I walk around the deck, I feel secure walking around in here. So that's it. You move forward a little more. You can see the helm station. Again, they designed this so 3 people could sit up here together. That's also great if you just want to sit up and read a book. Your cruising partner could be here, up here reading your tablet book. And then from a visibility standpoint, nice visibility over the bow. Again, one of the things I like about the fit and finish on this vessel is the stainless steel railing. So you have this beautiful welded stainless steel rail and the rail supports. And you have the plexiglass windshield, if you will. And what's really cool is where you see these vertical pieces, Jeff, they're actually through bolted. So it's a 2-piece. The inside's welded to the rail. The outside is removable. So you can pull those out, take out the piece. If it, after a while, the sun affects all of it, might crack. You can have new pieces made, type that, so you can get it out very easily. Another smart idea, thinking about replacement of these in the future. Little things, protected cover over all the console. So you see this is the original panel. Look how beautiful condition it's in. Again, this is also, in fact, it's been in covered moorage for roughly 20 years on Lake Union. So bow and stern thruster controls, autopilot remote control, main engine controls. I love the fact the stainless steel destroyer wheel, very sporty. Bimini top, again, it's in beautiful condition. There's, AC duplexes, are things you'd expect to have. And I mentioned this door. I mean, look at this beautiful door. All welded stainless steel, tempered glass. It slides. So again, in and out from the pilot house. So if you're switching from either helm, it makes it really easy. If you're up here and you need to get the aft deck quick and you don't want to go down all the way around, you can just go down the aft ladder from the bridge. So it's a great space. Nice helm station, great lounging space up here, beverage barbecue center, your davit and your AB tender, fantastic tender. Easy access around the boat, the safety railing, everything is, these work as grab rails too. This works as a grab rail. So a lot of safety features up here, along with all the great lounging and comfort items. So that is the the bridge deck on the Compass 57. Next, we're going to go down the Salon and do a walkthrough tour of the vessel. Welcome to the Salon on 57 Compass Pilothouse. Come on in and enjoy the space. So as Jeff stands aft and pans around, you can see on the starboard side, there's two freestanding occasional chairs. So if you decided these weren't the chairs you'd want, you could take them out and put your choice of chairs. It has nice large windows, and they're just tinted enough. Like, it's a beautiful day in Seattle today. And they're just a light tint. The two center ones open, which is really nice, so you can get a good cross breeze in the vessel. This is pretty amazing. This is the original upholstered settee from the factory. I mean, it is in beautiful condition. And you can see the quality put in with the lumbar support, the leg support, and there's storage below here as well. But I really like this. This is a high-low table, so again, you could use it as a coffee table or dining table. You can dine al fresco aft deck and al fresco up on the bridge deck. But nice space. This is one I thought was pretty clever. I hadn't seen a nice lounging chair. You can adjust the ottoman. This is a very comfortable place. I should shoot the whole boat from here. But I mean, you could have 10 of your friends on board here and just sit around and relax, have iced tea at 5 o'clock, and enjoy the view. Great visibility from out here. Jeff, if you just show the overhead, these are the original panels. And the owner of the boat was pointing out that, I won't mention the other vessels' names, but the panels start to sag. This is all original. This boat is in incredible shape for being a 2001, you know, it's 25 years young. It only has a couple thousand hours on it. It really shows well. This is cherry wood. I mentioned earlier that I'd talk about the wood inside the boat and how the manufacturer does a great job. And it's hard to see, but behind this artwork, there's two panels here. And what they do, instead of gluing those panels together, butt joining them, each panel now is trimmed. So they take that panel and they trim it in a little darker cherry, and they set those together. So the expansion and contraction. And then all this attention to detail in the wood. It's absolutely beautiful. A lot of boats you'll look here, and this all, because it's thin veneer, it all cracks. I mean, look at the quality of this. And for being a satin boat, I mean, I said satin, but I meant to say gloss. I'm not going to say unprofessional, but I just did. So the gloss finish, it's not super bright and in your face in the boat. You know, you walk in some boats, it's so bright, you want to wear your sunglasses. And this is a bright day, beautiful day here in Seattle. This is really nice. But everywhere you look in this boat, the fit and finish is incredible. So cherry, maple burl. Self-plug. But this maple burl is beautiful. You can see it on top of this table as well. It's just in beautiful condition. Nothing's faded. So you have the large flat panel TV. There's a Sonos system throughout the boat, which is the owner had put in. So there's been a lot of upgrades to this vessel. The owner has all the records for all the upgrades to the boat. So you, with confidence, you can know that you can get in this boat and run it. S3 Maritime's been doing maintenance on the boat forever. So they have a good history on the vessel, and we can supply you with anything. And a lot of it's spelled out in the specification sheet that you see on Premiere Yachts website. So again, the Salon, opening windows, drapes for privacy, great seating, beautiful woodwork, nice cabinetry storage, diesel heat, LED lighting, just a great boat. So from here, next place we're going to go is the Pilothouse that houses the galley. Let's go for it. All right, let's go. So one of the things I want to point out here, and I'm going to have Jeff do most of the work, is behind Jeff, I mentioned the nice staircase that goes up to the Flybridge. And you can see you see the stainless steel tube, but if you were to look between these wedges of cherry, in between here, it's a stainless steel plate. So they sandwich it between. A lot of the folks do the teak or cherry treads, but you'll see the stainless underneath. Grand Harbor went to the trouble of sandwiching that in. You can see the little piece of the support of the stainless that goes up in here. So it's really nicely designed. So when I'm in the salon looking up, I'm not looking at stainless steel with screws in it. It's actually sandwiched together. And again, imagine it's 25 years young and look at the condition of it. Nice handrail, opens up. You can see the easy egress getting to the Flybridge. And just in front of it, every one of these boats was a little different. Some of these boats had a sliding stool that went here. It was part of the settee. The later boats, we started doing this little cabinet for a little extra storage. So that's nice to have. Teak and holly flooring is absolutely beautiful in the boat. I have a tendency to say nice and beautiful things, but it sounds redundant, but it's so true when you look around the boat. So standing in the galley, it's a nice U shape, as you can see. Nice refrigerator freezer. This is GE. Let me take this off the cooktop. This is a Miele cooktop. And then you have the GE profile convection microwave oven. I love the double stainless steel sink. I don't know if this is going to show well enough, but this is, you know, people use a boat and cruise on it, so you see their coffee choice. But you have this Lazy Susan design, which is very nice. So overhead cabinetry, drawer storage. It has a Spectra water maker, the remote control for your water maker. It has a switch for the fan in this area because it has diesel heat, and that's for its hydronic heat. GFC protected outlet, that is a GFCI unit. And then beautiful countertops. I love this little tiny fiddle. So if you have something on here, it's going to hit here and not just slide off. So every once in a while, when you're in 15-foot seas, when you always expect to be in 2 and things might be sliding around a little bit, that little fiddle really comes in handy. But great storage. You know, it's deep all the way across. And then up forward on the other side, Jeff, maybe you want to show everybody. Nice storage drawers on there as well. So nice galley storage. A little cruising settee. Again, if people don't cruise up on the bridge and they're cruising from here, they usually put a portable Admiral's chair next door. In this case, the Admiral likes to sit here and relax and read a book while they're cruising if they're down here. Again, another, as we mentioned up top, you could barbecue and eat there, but you have all your food here. So if you're on a long cruise, cruising down to Mexico in the boat, this is a nice place to cruise from. You're out of the sun. You can have all your meals prepared while you're cruising. Excellent visibility, Jeff. Maybe you want to stand at the helm station or right behind the helm chair. Look how close you are to the bow on this boat. Even with all that lounging area up front, you have that. Now pan around the windows. Look at the mullions. Look at all of this. I mentioned when we were in the Salon, the headliner, the mullions around the windows. This is all original. This boat is incredible shape. So now I said all that. Here's the main helm station. Beautiful, beautiful Stid captain's chair. And again, it's very nice. And these are the updated Raymarine hybrid touch, all that. The Axiom model is of these units. You still have the original Raytheon autopilot. It works great. Compass, all the things that you're familiar with, right? Bow and stern thruster, searchlight control. Other things that are nice to have in here, you have diesel heat control, holding tank. I mean, there's monitors for a lot of different things. So I love the cherry and stainless destroyer star wheel. Overhead ship's warning panel. So what you get on this, we have the navigation lights on right now. That's why you see the lights. And then if we had the spotlight on, it would light up. You can see, it's hard to see, but that's a green light showing that we have a nav light on. And then down below here, these are for bilge pumps and high water bilge alarms. These are for engine room blowers. So it's just a nice, simple indicator that I left the blowers on for some reason. Or, high water bilge alarm went off. Maybe we should go check it and see what's going on, right? So, but that's really the helm station. I don't want to overdo it. It has nice electronics. It's in beautiful condition. It's not faded. The wood looks great. And you can see from looking around, space is really in nice condition. So that's the pilot house. Already pointed out the doors earlier on either side, so I'll just do that real quick. From here, we're going to head down to the foyer, and we're going to explore the staterooms. Tell me when. Just tell me when to rock. Walking from the pilot house down to the foyer is really easy. These steps are easy to navigate. One of the things I like, which is a beautiful feature, is they have a curved cherry handrail. Stainless steel pieces to hold it off the wall, but it's a curved and rounded piece of cherry. It's absolutely beautiful. So you step into the foyer, and one of the first features you'll see in here is there is a washer dryer, which is always nice when you're cruising. It is a combo style. And again, beautiful woodwork. The overhead is in great shape. And we'll look at the guest staterooms and the heads and all that forward. But we're going to step from here into the owner's suite. Stepping in from the foyer into the owner's suite, you'll notice it is a large space. Most people would say it's full beam because there is a head on the side, but you have the work desk, which we'll show you in a moment, and you can see all the way. So it is a full beam owner's suite. A lot of features in here, so I'm going to try to run through them without a whole lot of talking about everything else. Beautiful cherry wood. Raised island queen bed. Beautiful, beautiful cherry wood ceiling design with this indirect lighting. It's just beautiful. Again, the redwood burl that's down here, different than up top. Locker space, nightstands with drawer and cabinet storage. Hanging locker, television, entertainment center, and drawer storage in here. Has diesel heat, of course. Opening port light. I love this boxed in look. This is so cool. And of course the drapes if you want privacy. Storage alongside. This is one of the options you had in this vessel. You could have the desk instead of we would put a shallow locker across here. So you get the overhead cabinet storage, again, opening stainless steel port light. Nice makeup mirror or whatever you'd like to use it for. Great place for jewelry, watches, drawer storage, and nice storage underneath. And then you walk into this really nice head. So while it might not be the biggest space you've ever been in 57 feet, it probably has more room than most of them because they take up so much of the cabinet space. So we have our cabinet space. We have our space below. This is a medicine cabinet. I don't know what's in here. That's why I'm not going to open it. But it's a beveled edge mirror, nice deep storage, beautiful Corian countertop, under counter mount sink, growy faucet, vacuum flush toilet. And then you step into the shower. Jeff, I'm going to try the rooster. Any of you know that we do this? Look, you can do the rooster too. So there's good headroom in here. So Jeff jokes about the rooster. The rooster is the head thing, right? But opening port light in here as well with the privacy curtain, adjustable shower. But look at the elbow room that's in here. This is a big shower. I love the teak grating. And you have a fiberglass shell underneath, right? So it drains down below. So you're never going to stand in water in the boat when you take a shower, which is really nice. So this is a great head. Again, Bill and Michelle King were really smart when it came to utilizing the space in the boat. This is a very generous owner suite. I mean, the storage underneath the berth, storage all the way around. Now, they really thought about utilizing all the space. I love the burl wood in the doors. You know, instead of doing a raised panel door on both sides, you've got the lighter maple burl you'll see, and it's all book match. And book match means when they do it, they turn it this way, turn this way. So these are 4 pieces. They all match. It's just absolutely beautiful. So I've said that. From here, we're going to move forward. We're going to look at the guest stateroom. We're going to look at the VIP, and we're going to look at the head. So step up forward with me here. And Jeff, I'm going to have you pan in. First on the starboard side is we have the guest stateroom. And these are nice wide berths. I mean, they're not like your 24-inch. They're 30 to 36-inch wide berths. Easy to get in and out of. They have headboard reading lights. The same thing you saw in the owner's suite, headboard reading lights, all that. Hanging locker, drawer storage. And you may see it. I just want to point it out as you go through the headliner, the fit and finish. You're not seeing this in most boats that are 25 years young that are on the market. I mean, it's exceptional condition. So from there, you're going to walk into the VIP suite. Again, you can see it's nice and bright. Overhead skylight that opens up. Dual opening port lights. The same box style at that curve in the top, which is beautiful. Storage in the base of the bed. You have storage drawers. Again, you can sit up in bed and read. I love this burl trim and everything they did up here at the headboard. Reading lights on both sides. And I mentioned this a few times, but all the outlets in the boat are all GFCI protected, which is a nice, simple safety feature. Hanging locker behind me. Again, it's just everything tactile, everything you touch in this boat is in really nice shape. A good feature, of course, which you can see already, you can access the guest head from the VIP suite, and you can lock both doors from inside if you're in the head, so the folks that are in the guest stateroom, or vice versa, right? And they've got this beautiful black granite countertop with the under counter sink. Again, medicine cabinet in the stall shower. Love this because you have, matter of fact, we have the port light open. So if you want to shave your legs or you sit down when you take a shower, this is a really nice shower. Again, a lot of elbow room, headroom. Look, you can do the rooster. Someone's going to start joking about that sometime, the rooster thing. I know it. But again, just the fit and finish. When you look at all the components, there's no mildew. There's no rust. I mean, this is really clean. There's nothing caught. Even your beautiful showers at home, you know, you get all that buildup. There's nothing. This is really clean. So beautiful flooring, nice storage in the cabinet, just a nice guest accommodations. So you've seen the VIP, you've seen the heads, you've seen the owner suite, the Pilothouse, the Salon, the foredeck, aft deck, bridge deck. When we get back to the dock, we're going to shoot and show you the Lazarette and the engine room on Liberty. Really hope you're enjoying the video because we're having fun today shooting this. So this is a fun day for us. It's beautiful in Seattle. So thank you for watching the video. I'll see you in the Lazarette. Welcome to the Lazarette on the Compass 57 Pilothouse. Great space. Jeff and I were talking about, should we take the fenders and things out and show this as an open space? And it's like, no, we decided not to. This is what your Lazarette's for. It's to carry your fenders. It's to carry your spare anchor. It's to carry all this equipment when you go cruising for 3 months in the boat. So few things, features about it we should talk about. Up against forward bulkhead either side, we have our stainless steel water tanks. They're port and starboard. They have side tubes. Just after this, on this side, is our Spectra water maker. And you'll see this componentry, you see the rest of it there. So that's your desalinator, makes fresh water out of salt water. Then this bucket that I have my hand on, this is where the cable is for your Glendinning Cable Master system. The mechanism that reels it in and out, and that's the thing that electronically peels it out and brings it back in. That's your Glendinning Cable Master system. And the yellow cord that you see coming out the bottom, your shore power cord, is going into a power transformer. That is an ISO transformer, and that's an Acme 15 kVA unit. So when the power comes in, if you have some issues with the power, it cleans it. So you get clean power coming into the boat. Then after that, and I don't know if you can see clearly with the camera, but all the way aft back there, that's the end of the hull. So what's nice about this, you have full access to the whole hull, everything that's underneath the swim platform. So starting right here, aft is your swim deck that you're standing on. So great access to service everything. You have the steel plate here that all your rudder posts, everything, and the bearings, they're all tied into. You have hydraulic steering. Hynotic is the brand. And that's, you probably can't really see all the plumbing aft, but that's where that is. And then there's copper bonding wire, and you might see a little shiny piece. It's about this tall. And the transom zincs. The zinc is the weakest part of metal on your boat. So any electrolysis, things in the water will attack that. The bonding wire is attached to that, and it goes all the way through the boat. So all your through hulls, anything below waterline that needs to be protected is connected to that by bonding wires. And so people talk about the bonding strap, the bonding wires. And again, I know you can't really see them very well, but there's a green bonding wire right here. You see it's coiled. Green bonding wires that are screwed into the strap there. So below this, and because of all the things we have in here, you can't really see it, we have our stern thruster. Above this, right here, this is our shore power breaker. You can see the amber light is on at the moment. It's telling us that we have shore power. And this breaker, this initial breaker, has to be within approximately 6 feet of where the power is coming in. So cable master goes into the Acme transformer, goes to there, and then it gets fed throughout the vessel, right to the main AC/DC panel up in the pilot house. Then next to it here, you have a breaker for your generator as well. And you can see an on-off switch here for the this is the DC supply to the generator. So that turns your battery switch off. Because behind me is our Northern Lights generator in the sound shield right here. And then the generator battery is here. It's an Optima battery. It was installed 2 years ago. I'm going to step out of the way here for a moment and let Jeff pan on that side. I'll move over to this side. And you can see the generator. You can see across the back of the vessel. You'll see the copper bonding strap. See the rudder post tops. And again, how much equipment's in here right now. And this boat has a ton of storage space. So this is your exhaust pipes coming back. That's your muffler. It goes out underneath the swim platform on either side. I love the diamond plate that they have here to walk on. And then, of course, the lighting. You have a couple ways in here. You can come up through this large hatch that we open and just step down in the bilge. Or you can come down the ladder, which we pointed out earlier in the cockpit. Open the hatch, open the doors, and come down the ladder. It brings you to the Lazarette. And then you have this nice door entrance into the engine room, which is where we're going to go next. By moving moving the generator and the larger equipment out, you create a very nice engine room. So twin 3126 Caterpillar diesels. They have just over 2,100 original hours, so very low hours on the engines. Twin disc transmissions. Now behind me, and I say going athwart-ship, I mean going port to starboard, left to right, are the fuel tanks. One of the things I really like about this is that you can get to the top of the tanks, and so there's 2 tanks here. You have a supply and return manifold. You have sight tubes on the tanks, which you can't see from where you are. You have dual Raycor filters on each engine set. That means you have 2 filters, the valving system, so you can run 1 filter at a time. Let's say you get bad fuel. And you can see it in the clear bowl in the bottom because water weighs more than diesel, so the water will go to the bottom. You can then switch over and run off the other filter, take the top off, drain the water out, put a little more diesel in, and go. But you can run 1 filter, the other filter, or both filters. So you have a set for each engine, which is really, really nice. So you can see the space that's around here, the things you can't see. Maybe I'll switch places with Jeff here in just a moment. But as you look around the engine room, engines, transmissions, battery bank over here on the port side. You can't see it yet, but on this aft bulkhead, there's our Fireboy Halon fire system. It's an automatic fire suppression system. Then we have our oil change kit here on the back bulkhead. And Jeff, you probably could just turn right here. This is our inverter charger, our battery, all of our battery chargers, all of our galvanic isolators, then our other bank of batteries. But I can get out and around both engines. You can look at any stainless steel clamps, everything in here. They're really in good shape. Motor mounts are in good shape. You're not seeing any high levels of corrosion. Again, this boat gets cruised, but it sits in fresh water year-round when it's not in use. So you don't have a lot of electrolysis issues here. The engine room is really well laid out. Anyhow, great boat. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it to be fun and informative. Jeff and I really appreciate bringing this to you. So that is Liberty 2001 Compass 57-foot Pilothouse. Thanks for watching the video, everybody.